It's wonderful to be with you once again on Around the Wickets on ThePapare.com, and it is equally a good feeling to talk to you after Sri Lanka has won a crucial game, and that game was a magnificent victory over New Zealand. Now, to me, that pitch and that test match was so different to a normal historical goal. Now, Galle normally we know is a pitch that would start taking turn, possibly from day one, and teams winning the toss and batting first are at a huge advantage, and you'll see teams struggling as day 2, day 3 comes, and the game generally doesn't go beyond the 4th day, but this was different. Sri Lanka had to chase down 268, and they did it with in grand style. Dimuth Karunaratne was outstanding, captain, 100, his 9th test 100, became the first opener to get 100 in the 4th innings chase for Sri Lanka. So lots to talk about, and to do that I got Farveez Maharoof. Welcome, Maha.
Thank you, Roshan.
Obviously, wonderful win by Sri Lanka. It's gratifying, it's satisfying to see that the strategy has been changed as far as the surface is concerned, and yet Sri Lanka was good enough.
Absolutely, I thought a huge positive sign, and especially when looking at Galle, generally as you said, going into the 4th day is a big thing. But this time we played the entire 5 days, and what's good to see was the amount of help the bowlers got. Even the fast bowlers, if they pitched the ball in the right length, they still got movement even on the 5th day with the new ball. So that tells me it's a good test wicket, which helps everybody. And even the fast bowlers in Sri Lanka, on a 5th day, if they are getting movement, that means there was something. And the way we chased down, as you said, it was a grand victory, 268, the highest I think in Galle.
Yep.
So I think overall,
5th highest in Sri Lanka.
I mean, massively. I mean, huge credit should go to Dimuth Karunaratne. I mean, so happy for those two. Haven't been among runs in the last few series, but them to do it when it mattered, it was fantastic to see.
Indeed, no doubt. He spoke about the pitch. I thought it was a very sporty surface because I think everyone had something in it. The batsmen, if they were willing to put their head down and bat, they were all right. The spinners were good, and particularly Akila Dhananjaya, then the left-arm spinner Ambuldennia. Dhananjaya De Silva did his bit. I was impressed with Suranga Lakmal. Not just the way he bowled on day 2, but the way he batted. Those 40 runs he made when Sri Lanka was struggling and trying to chase down that New Zealand score. Has he, in your opinion, kind of now in his matured stage, you think he's at his best?
I think he had a point to prove. Got dropped in the Bangladesh One-Day series, coming back. And the way he bowled, the first day he couldn't pick up any wickets. But he was rewarded for being persistent in the first day, in the second day by picking up 4 wickets. And especially, as you said, the way he batted, he looked like a good top-order batsman for me.
See, the issue is from 143 for 3, Sri Lanka became 161 for 7. Everyone thought, here we go again. But then, this was a completely different turnaround. I thought that was the phase that really gave Sri Lanka that momentum and belief.
I thought Suranga Lakmal's knock was the difference. I know that Dick Weller scored a magnificent half
century. Oh, no doubt.
Well.
We can't forget that.
What Suranga Lakmal gave Dick Weller at that time, the confidence of being around, especially his defense, it was so solid. I mean, in Test cricket, you need to have a good defense to survive. So when Suranga had it, I mean, that's matter of time when those two put a partnership up, and that definitely set up the victory. And as you said, Akila Dhananjaya was fantastic. Good to see him roll his arm over, and the way he bowled was fantastic. The pace he bowled. Ambuldennia first innings didn't bowl that well. He was trying too many things, so he may be a bit of rusty coming back into Test match after a while. But second innings again, it was fantastic. It was just Do
you think that he's kind of the one that can take over Ranganehira's place? Not now, but like.
Yeah, I mean, he's good enough to do it. And he has the right frame of mind to do it. I mean, his strength is to bowl wicket to wicket, bowl dot balls. I mean, build up the pressure. That's his strength. I mean, he's been successful in first-class cricket doing that. So there is no reason why he should change it. He should be just trying to bowl, keep one end tie up, and eventually get his wicket. That's what he did in the second innings. Whereas first innings for me, he was trying a little bit too hard.
So and also, I think the New Zealand batsman looked to attack him a little bit.
The first day wicket, I mean, obviously best for batting at Galle. So they did take that advantage. But the way he came back, that shows the character of a young boy. So I think going forward, he'll be a massive servant for Sri Lanka cricket.
Yeah, no doubt indeed. He will be someone very big for Sri Lanka. And let's not forget that the last 25 matches in Sri Lanka, we've had the results. So that's very good for Test cricket. And who says Test cricket is boring? It is not, because we see results. And also, just to touch on some very key areas in this Test match, I actually should have spoken about Roshan Abeysinghe, that real pugnacious kind of attacking wicket-keeper batsman who came in and did his bit. And then, of course, there were some critical moments, the Mendes Matthews stand, the Dikwella Lakmal stand, and of course, the Dimuth Karunaratne and Lairu Thirimana stand, 161, record equaling partnership. Let's very quickly dwell a little bit on Lairu Thirimana. I say this because he was under pressure. He was actually under a lot of pressure. Got out to a very unusual shot in the first innings, came in when chips were down, so to speak. 268 looked huge. Just talk me through what a batsman in that mentality should really be looking to do, and do you think Thirimana did the right things in view of some of the shots he tried? Those reverse sweeps were kind of, out of the ordinary as far as he's concerned.
That's out of Thirimana's textbook. I mean, usually he's a technically correct player, but he played the situation right and the conditions right. I mean, in that conditions at that time, the two left-arm spinners bowled into the rough, and when you have only one fielder behind square in the offside, it's a safer shot to play. So
no, but he was sweeping, reversing from leg stump, and even attempted from outside the leg stump. So it was a bit outrageous.
What he did was he was smart enough.
I'm not finding fault with him.
No,
I'm only asking.
not at all. He was what I'm trying to say is.
Yeah.
He was so smart enough to know where the win factor is. He always played the big shots with the win rather than being against the win.
Right.
So that shows the maturity of the boy, and also, as you said, under pressure, haven't performed well in the last few series. Probably this innings would have made his fate in his Test career. So I mean, it's good to see. I'm always been a Thirimana fan. I mean, I think technically correct. I mean, just that you need more consistency, given chances to them. And what you saw during the World Cup, the latter part, he came good, and he's continuing this great form since he left the World Cup. So it's a matter of time. It's up to him now. I mean, he has to be more consistent. Let me say that. I mean, his entire career, the last few years, he's been inconsistent. That's been his problem. But we never doubted.
He's consistently inconsistent.
So he needs to, with his experience, he's one of the senior players when it comes to Angelo Matthews.
I agree.
He should be in that category. So unfortunately, he hasn't been doing it. So this is his chance. I mean, he has scored a 60, going for the second Test match tomorrow, start all over again. And if he starts again, I don't see why he can't make a big one tomorrow.
Yeah, we certainly hope that he would do that, and we would wish him all the very best and wish the Sri Lankan team as the second Test is about to start. But having said that, we got bigger problems. Akila Dhananjaya, who bowled brilliantly, is once again been found that he has a bit of a flex in his bowling action. Now, before I dwell on that, who is going to correct Akila Dhananjaya? Which coach? I'm asking you a serious question.
For the moment, I don't know who's going to do it. I mean, there's no spin bowling national coach.
Can you nominate a name? Can you mention a name of who they can go
I mean, it's hard to say an individual name because, I mean, as far as
but who are the spin bowling coaches available?
Not at the moment. There have been some issues going around there, so they need to hire a few. But I've been hearing that he's been working a lot, and I'll be very surprised if he plays in the Test match. If in my opinion, he should not risk. I mean, he's still young. Mentally, he'll be ups. He'll be not prepared to play a Test match.
I read a very interesting story where Piyal Vijayatunga, the former spin bowling coach, has been quoted saying that Akila Dhananjaya has been rushed into playing Test cricket, that he never thought that he was ready to play Test cricket as yet. His game should have been one day and T20, and he should have been brought in, kind of nursed in when Dilruwan hangs his boots up, because that would be the ideal time. Now, this is a very contrasting statement that I read today, and I got to believe that it's authentic. So what are your thoughts? It's a strong statement.
Well, in my opinion, even I thought it's too early for him to play a Test match, because especially after coming back and the way he bowled. I mean, obviously the temptation will be there, the way he bowled against Bangladesh, to play the Test match. But I mean, only reason I can see, first Test, Dilruwan Perera was out, so we didn't have another off spinner in the system. So they would have the administration would have thought Akila Dhananjaya is the best option. So I mean, you can't take it away. I mean, he bowled well, and administration wouldn't have thought this will rise up again. But for me, again, even I'm with Pial, I thought it's a bit too early for him to play Test cricket. I mean, eventually he should, but for the moment, just coming back into international cricket, he shouldn't have, rushed that quick, nurtured in a way where he's comfortable and the pace is quite laid back. I mean, saying that, I mean, things have happened now. So it's I heard that Dilruwan Perera is fit, so possibly he'll play tomorrow. And Akila shouldn't play. He should be mentally prepared to go on this testing on the 28th, get that sorted, because if he's found guilty there, he's going to 1 year ban. So that's a massive thing, especially with the 2020 World Cup coming up.
That's going to be huge.
It's massive. So he's our wicket-taking ball in the middle overs.
Yeah, that's going to be
lots of ifs and buts. I mean, I hope that, for Sri Lanka cricket's sake, that Akila will come through this, because we need him. He's our number one spin at the moment when it comes to white ball. Not far away from being the number one in the Test cricket as well. So it's just a matter of getting the right process.
Yeah, and I thought he bowled outstandingly well. He was excellent, but it's, as we have been discussing, it's a very unfortunate situation. Well, let's look beyond the Test series. The second Test would start, and then we go to the T20 series. And interestingly, New Zealand have already named their squad, and in that squad, Kane Williamson, Trent Boult have been rested. Tim Southee is captain. Are you a fan for resting players? Is it something that you think should happen? Now, if you look at Australia, of course, they got the resources to do that. They have rested Stark, then they rested Hazelwood. I mean, they are rotating. But is it a practical thing to do this? Now, you take Sri Lanka. Whom can we rest and whom can we play?
I don't think, personally, in my playing days, I've never liked to rest. I just want to play. I'm not sure why Kane Williamson and Trent Boult is being rested, because
they've been told that because of the excessive workload they've carried, including the World Cup. That's the explanation.
I mean, it's a fair explanation, but all my saying is, I mean, you have an important 2020 World Cup coming up next year, just under 14 months. You need to gear up. For me, the preparation should start right now. So they should be in the frame, but I'm pretty sure that, Kane Williamson is too good a player to miss out. Same with Trent Boult. I'm sure that the New Zealand home series, they play so many test matches, so they want them to be fresh. So that's the main reason I can see. But
any idea about the Sri Lankan T20 side? We haven't heard. You usually hear things that we don't hear. What have you heard?
It's till the last moment. We have no idea what's going to happen.
I'm sure you know a few things, Maha. You don't like to unofficially tell us?
I'll keep it official.
Right. I mean, we could have discussed a little bit more, but we need to go. But we want to remind you that the question of the week is, before 2019, when was the last time Sri Lanka won a Test series versus New Zealand? Now, last week we asked you the question, who were the champions of the Morocco Tri-Series in 2002? And the answer is Sri Lanka. They beat South Africa in the final, and congratulations to Rivindu Wanyarachi for being the winner. Now, before I go, I also must remind you that you should, in case you haven't done, subscribe to ThePapare.com for all the latest and quality content in the world of cricket. So that's a story on Around the Wickets. Thank you for joining us. Hopefully, we will see you again with Sri Lanka winning the series against New Zealand. I'm hoping, because do you know something? New Zealand hasn't won a Test series in Sri Lanka for 35 years, and as at today, they have no chance of winning the series. The best they could hope for is to draw it. I'm hoping it will be the other way around. Once again, thank you for being in our company. We'll see you again very soon. Until then, it's goodbye from both of us.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel for more videos like this, and don't forget to hit the bell icon for our latest content.